If you turned on the TV around Christmas time in the 1970s, you might have stumbled on a made-for-TV movie about a single dad and his daughter and the ways in which they deal with grief during the holiday season. A House Without a Christmas Tree was subsequently turned into an opera by composer Ricky Ian Gordon and librettist Royce Vavrick, and now that opera will be shared with Winnipeg audiences by the Little Opera Company of Winnipeg as they officially open their 31st season. The show stars Sopranos Lara Secord-Haid and Sara Schabas, and they both join us here in the Classic 107 studios today. Hello.
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 So I'm going to start here with you, Sara. When you're told that this is the show that you're going to be performing in, what are your first impressions of the story and the score as you're rifling through it?
Ooh, well, I'd heard of Ricky Ian Gordon. He's a pretty popular American composer, and a lot of younger singers, I think, perform his art songs. So I'd heard a bunch of those. They're really beautiful, really accessible. So I was like, okay, I kind of have a feeling of the tonal musical world this is going to live in. The opera, yeah, I hadn't heard of it, but a quick Google, I found that Houston Grand Opera had done it, and this singer I really admire named Lauren Snofer did my role, and so, yeah, I was pretty pumped.
So when we talk about the musical quality of this show, what do you think that this adds to the typical sort of holiday fare that people can experience across Winnipeg over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a great bridge between sort of music theater and classical. Like, you'll have the high, like, intricate musical qualities we expect from opera, but the musical world is very accessible, very tonal, very pretty. So, yeah, I think it's a great way if you're a fan of that sort of more complexity and more like soloistic virtuosity you get from opera, but like a really accessible sonic world.
So you two, Lara, you're playing kind of the same character in the show, actually. The daughter, Addie Mills. You play the adult version of the character, Lara, and then you play the younger version, Sara. As you build this show, as you've been making this show come to life, what has it been like to build this character around each of your senses of who Addie Mills is?
Well, we have some of that yet to do because we're playing the same character, very limited scenes where we're playing her together.
Right.
I'm also playing the teacher, Miss Thompson, who it seems like Addie's favorite teacher. And
Big
I'm
nods
also,
from Sara on that one.
Yeah, and I'm also playing the mother in a memory dream sequence. And I can sort of think of those three characters as being a trifecta of one. Of Addie, right? Reflections of Addie's personality, because her mother, I mean, that's an obvious one, but her favorite teacher is someone that she would emulate in life as well. And these people are all memories because we're experiencing this story through memory.
Right. So this memory is one that is not even tinted, it is very much influenced by the lower emotions that are associated with the holiday season as well. There's a lot of grief in this show because the mother has passed away, and this Christmas tree, or lack thereof, is a symbol for what that loss is for this family. What role, Lara, do you think a holiday story focused on the lower emotions of the season can play in the Christmas concert scene here in Winnipeg that contrasts with the usual joy and festive cheer that we experience?
What a great question. I think it plays a brilliant role because the holidays, though joyful, are also full. Every part of this story is accessible. You know, who hasn't lost someone at some point, which makes celebration take on a new color. Takes on new meaning. All of us have empty seats at our holiday tables at some point in our lives, right? And I think this nostalgic look at another time, at a small town life, there's something we can all project onto it.
I love that image of projecting and giving an outlet maybe for those kinds of emotions. Back on the character development side here, Sara, is it easier to dive into that kind of spirit, those lower emotions, than it would be if you were doing I don't know, Elf the Opera or something. You know what I mean? Like something that has a lot more frivolity, a lot more cheer to it. Do you think that it's easier to tell a story that talks about the lesser talked about emotions that might be associated with the holiday season?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think that it's more human in a way because we're really dealing with what it is like to experience the holidays differently every year based on where you are in your life. I mean, I'm playing kind of a 12, 13-year-old, so you
have that.
I get to kind of carry both worlds in my character. Like on the one hand, kids love the holiday season. Like Addie is very excited, but at the same time, there's complicated emotions because of what's gone on in her family, even if she doesn't fully understand them.
Right.
So, yeah, I get to carry all those kind of human feelings.
So to help carry those lower emotions and help to not recuperate, but to be able to handle those emotions, there's a real sense of community that also kind of drives this show. And there's a sense of community that drives this production with Little Opera Company of Winnipeg as well. There's a whole host of donors, the Winnipeg Arts Council, Manitoba Arts Council, Winnipeg Foundation, Zita and Mark Bernstein Family Foundation, the Gail Asper Family Foundation, on and on it goes, all contributing to this all hands on deck sort of approach that the Little Opera Company of Winnipeg has been known for. Maybe, Lara, how does community, both in the show and the one making the show, contribute to this sense of the House Without a Christmas Tree uplifting people who are experiencing that grief or sadness in this season?
Well, that's a really great question. And it's one of those questions that your brain has like 10 answers to, and they're all fighting for
100%.
supremacy.
Yeah, right.
But I think maybe just to pull one thread, just the choice of the show, right? The leaders of this company, Spencer Duncanson, Rob, and the director, everyone is a member of this community. So the choice of this show to be presented here in Winnipeg for Winnipeg audiences is a very personal one. And then every choice that's made of how we execute how the production is executed, how the actors are chosen, how we perform the music is deeply personal and deeply belongs here in this community.
A very thoughtful and intentional way to share a story in this holiday season.
Yeah, and also that so much of the funding for this project came from the community makes it a really meaningful effort as well.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Given everything that you've said so far, I think I know maybe what the answer to this question might be, but I'll ask it of both of you, and I'll start with you, Lara. What do you hope an audience takes away from having seen this show?
Whatever it is that they need.
Very beautifully poignant.
I think that art is for catharsis, and we come I'm an avid audience member, right? I love to go to opera and classical music and theater, and when I go, I'm just looking to have that cathartic experience, but you want to get lost in the world of what's being created and for something in you to come to the surface and you can know yourself better. And I hope people get to have that experience.
What about for you, Sara? What do you hope that somebody who comes to see this show will take away from it?
That's so nice. So nicely put by Lara. Yeah, I mean, anytime I do an opera, I really hope that the audience is touched and moved and, their life is somehow enhanced. Also, these melodies are really hummable and lovely, and I hope it puts people in the Christmas spirit, gets them excited, and, gets their ears back into the world of opera, which I love, and I'm always excited to share with people. So, yeah, lots of things.
Lots of things to be excited about for A House Without a Christmas Tree, taking place December 17th through 19th at the Days Until Concert Hall. We'll have show times and a link to tickets at our website, classic107.com, and on the Classic 107 app. Sara Schabas and Lara Secord-Haid, thank you so much for joining us here in the Classic 107 studios to tell us about this show, and all the best for the run.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.